So this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, and today we're going to do a speed test comparison against the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and let's go ahead and begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, go, and see which one can get there first. Now you can see just how apparent that larger cover display is on the Galaxy Z Fold 7, but we are rocking ourselves a Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy on the right, and we do have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy on the left, and both of them do have 12 gigabytes of RAM, so we didn't go up to 16 on the Z Fold 7 here. And you see right there that we do have the Z Fold 7 winning there on the boot up. So which one are you digging more so far, the Z Fold 6 or the Z Fold 7? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. So let's go ahead and start with the biometrics. Now the Z Fold 6 does have the fingerprint sensor embedded into the power key, just like the Z Fold 7. And you can also unlock with your face. Hold on, I had my headphone cable in the way, and you'll see, just look at it and it will unlock. You can also go ahead and just tap here and get right in at any time. Now, there is a little bit more space to place your thumb here on the Z Fold 6 just because it's thicker right here, so I think it's a little easier. But let's go ahead and open this up really quickly. And also on the inner display, you can do the same thing. You can just look like so and get right in. Also, if I go ahead and hold my thumb there, it'll go right into the device. And so easy to unlock on the Z Fold 6, no problem. Now on the Z Fold 7, it's the same thing, although again, it does appear a little thinner, so you got to feel out for it a little bit more here on this phone, as it is a thinner phone, but once you get the hang of it, it's right there as well. And you'll see, looks like the animation's a little snappier on One UI 8. And then same thing here, you can use the face unlock here on the inside. You can also use the fingerprint sensor right there. So getting into the phone is about the same on both of them. Now when I go ahead and swipe through One UI 8, you're going to find very smooth performance. Sometimes when you first go to that Google page on the left, it does showcase a little bit of stutter, but generally this is a very smooth day-to-day operations here for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 on pretty much all fronts. That is a flagship device, and so is this one here. So if we go ahead and open this up, just kind of swipe along, everything tends to do fine. I did not have the Google on, so we'll go ahead and put Google on there just to see how that operates when we first swipe through. So you can see when it first goes over there on those Google pages, it can take a second. It is loading a bunch of media, but swiping through on One UI 7 over here, it's basically similar performance. We're not seeing anything majorly different. 120 Hz refresh on both of them. And here we are at the app test, and you can see everything is closed out for both. It's pretty apparent that the Z Fold 7 has the bigger display there. Let's go into calendar, and you can see just a hair quicker there on the Z Fold 7. Let's hit clock, and a hair quicker on the left, or on the right as well. We'll go into calculator, and we'll go into Play Store. That was faster on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. We'll hit top charts. And as we swipe through, you'll see pretty good for both. And we'll go into ChatGPT. Both of them popped up at about the same time. I did notice that with the Z Fold 6, because the keyboard just looks like it fits exactly. It looks like there's a little space in between here on the Galaxy Z Fold 7, just a little quirk I noticed. So let's go into Gemini here, and you can see about the same for both. We'll go into Grok, and that was faster on the Z Fold 6. And let's go into Copilot, and pretty much the same. Let's go into YouTube, and we'll go over here to trending for both phones. Let's scroll down. Actually, you know what? We're going to go over here into movies and TV. And we'll go over to free. And we'll swipe through here. Scroll down. You can see you're seeing about the same level of content on both of them. So just a little bit bigger on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. If you're always looking for a bigger size display, then you're definitely going to enjoy the upgrades to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. But other than that, You know, both of them are still large. Let's go into Instagram. And if I go over here to the home page, you can see both of them are doing just fine. Let me swipe up out of there. We'll go into X. A little faster on the Z Fold 6. Let's hit profile. Scrolling through, no major issues. Let me go ahead and swipe up out of there. And we'll go into Groupon. And both of these are performing so well. It feels like they're nearly the same phone. Just one is the newer phone. And it does look like the Z Fold 7 does have just a little bit of a warmer tone to the display. Let's go over here to, where were we? Groupon. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2. That was faster on this phone over here. Honestly, though, it's really going to come down to, you want that thinner build, the bigger displays on the front and on the inside. That's what it really comes down to, I feel like, if you're okay with sacrificing S Pen support. And also, you don't care about the S Pen and you don't care about this punch hole on the inside. Those are really the only two things. Other than that, there's not a lot of upgrade in performance here. So for some, the Z Fold 6 might be the better option to keep. For many, the upgrade might be the option to go with. So let's go into RTS. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section of this video. What do you plan to do? Do you plan to upgrade? I don't know yet. I'm still debating it, but I think I'm planning on keeping the Z Fold 7 for the higher display size. I've already found a stylus that'll work fine for this phone. Mostly what I do is jot down notes, so I don't think I'll miss it dramatically over time. And I do think the next phone, they're going to bring the S Pen back. I just believe they'll do that. Let's go ahead and swipe out of here. All right, guys, so let's go into Call of Duty here now on both phones and see which one can get there first. Now, you'll see that the Z Fold 7 does look to be in the lead, and they might not let me log in on the left if it's on the same account. So let's see. You'll see that the Z Fold 7 actually did come in the win over the Galaxy Z Fold 6, just by a little bit. It got to the home screen first. When actually in the game, though, we are going to be looking at a larger panel for the Galaxy. There's so many pop-ups just get home screen on this game, but in the actual gameplay, you're going to be enjoying both of these, but the Z Fold 6 will feel a little more compact, probably easier to hold when playing, but the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will feel thinner and larger. So it's really like up to what you want. Do you need a little more space, or do you like an easier to hold phone when doing that? Let me know your thoughts down below. They both do have the same battery size. Let's go ahead and head into LumaFusion now, and we'll go ahead and X out of here, and we'll swipe out of there, and we'll go into Geekbench 6. Both of them do fine there. We'll go into 3D Mark, and that was faster on the Z Fold 6, and we'll go over here to Speed Test Net, faster on the right, and InShot, faster on the right. So overall, I think the Z Fold 7 was a bit snappier in many of the applications. The animation feels a little faster. It could come down to the animations. Might have got a little bit snappier on the One UI 8, but it should be a little bit faster of a phone. It is an 8 Elite. If we go over here, you can see it is a higher clock speed and stuff, so it should be a little bit faster. Let's get onto the RAM management. All right, so let's just see how the Galaxy Z Fold 6 does here when it comes to RAM management, and you could see it looks very good. We still get a little bit of blinking there when I swipe through. Not a fan of that. There's like a blinking effect. I don't think the Z Fold 7 does that. And you could see just a little bit delayed there to open up the Instagram. Definitely smooth, but I feel like this area is smoother now on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Let me go ahead and try that one out and showcase the differences here. And here is the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and you could see no blinking happening there on the relaunches. Well, a little bit there, but not as frequently as on the Z Fold 6. Let's head up out of here. We'll go into Groupon, X, Instagram, reloading the feed. YouTube was reloading their feed as well. It's not a reload of the app. They were just reloading the content because that changes dynamically. Let's go into Play Store, calculator, clock, and calendar. And I'll be back, and the next section will showcase the benchmarks between both of them. And the final Geekbench 6 scores are in, and you can see we do have a pretty substantial boost there in the multi-core 8578 over the Z Fold 6 at 6222. Now in the single core department, we are up 300 points, so not a substantial leap in day-to-day stuff. But when you start pushing the phone, the Z Fold 7 pulls out a substantial margin. However, I do think that the way a lot of people are going to use these phones, neither will give you a ton of issue. Let's go into the Wildlife Extreme. I never once thought that the Z Fold 6 was slow in any way, shape, and form. It never really lagged or anything like that. And I even did some video editing on that phone before. I've also done, photo editing, gaming, the whole nine, multitasking. It never really gave me any issue. So having even more performance just means I could potentially keep the Z Fold 7 longer if I wanted to, or even have just more extended gaming sessions or heavier use cases. But I don't feel like I'll ever really do that, any of those points. But if you are one that wants to do that, then the Z Fold 7 will be the better option. I'll be back when they're done with this 3D Mark test. And so, like we talked about earlier, the gaming would be better here, and it's proven by this test. You'll see higher graphics. We do have 26.38 average frame rate, scoring better than 86% of devices on the market. Now, this is not the first time. This is about the third time I've tested this phone, and it keeps repeating that same 86% better. So still not better than the Ultra. I just cannot get a better score than the Ultra, but definitely beating this one substantially by 15 points or so. So definitely gaming performance will be noticeable improvement on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 over the Z Fold 6. So let's go ahead now and do a camera test before we get up out of here. All right, so let's go ahead and launch the cameras and see which one can do that faster. In 3, 2, go. And you can see we're on the front facing camera on this one. Let's go ahead and close those and do it one more time. Since I was on the wrong camera, 3, 2, go. And you could see a little bit faster there, I feel like, on the Z Fold 7. We'll do that again. 3, 2, go. Yeah, the camera launches faster on the Z Fold 7. That's nice. Let's go ahead and do it again. 3, 2, go. Yep, every time. What about the zoom? Zoom is about the same, so no major issues on either. But definitely get that 200 megapixel now on the Z Fold 7. That could be a big deal for you. So wrapping it up here, the Z Fold 7 showing a slight boost, I would say, in performance. Not massive, but definitely enough to make it a better performer than the Z Fold 7. Not only does it have a bigger display, it's thinner, it has a bigger inner display, and it's more powerful now. So you've seen here, it's definitely more powerful, but I don't think it's powerful enough that if you were already leaning towards keeping the Z Fold 6, that this is so much more powerful that you would want to change a decision based on just performance. But definitely it seems to be the whole package in terms of thin, bigger displays, performance, but it is missing the S Pen support. But you can get yourself a third-party stylus to use with this and be on your way. But it's still kind of like a stylus you can use on any phone. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will catch you on the next episode. Nick here. Be sure to be well. And peace.